What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flex, and I'm back here with yet another video. And today, it wasn't the best day. Let's just say it wasn't the best day in Dolphins history, okay?
Bruh.
Today, we got two things to talk about. First, we're going to talk about the least important news, and then we're going to talk about the most important news. The least important news being Tua throwing 5 interceptions in the first practice. Really, like the first, you know what I'm saying? The first mini camp of the season. Now, it was raining outside. But to be all the way transparent with you guys, I don't care if it was an earthquake and a blizzard. 5 interceptions in a practice is unacceptable. I don't know how you could ever defend that. If you are defending that, you're fucking lost. And again, I think 5 interceptions, and no matter how you want to. Yo, I seen another tweet that said they were practicing throwing it in tight windows. And listen, I don't care what's the situation with the 5 interceptions in the practice is just not acceptable. I don't really care about any type of justification. I don't need to hear any justification for it. It's not good. Okay. Now it is practice. Okay, so that's the key that everybody needs to understand. If you're going to make mistakes, it should be in practice. That's what practice is for, at least in my, you know what I'm saying? It's to get better. It's to make these mistakes. Now, it was raining heavily, and that probably has something to do with it. Again, like damn near like super heavy rain. So I do understand from that perspective that there was some rain in there, 5 interceptions. But it is practice at the end of the day, and I really don't care. This is not that important of news because it doesn't really matter, okay? It's June. It's not the real games. It's not the regular season. Tua has taken care of the football since I've known him, right? Ever since he was at Alabama, even to this first year in the NFL, you can say a lot of things good about him. You can say some bad about him, but one thing that everybody can agree on is that Tua took care of the ball. So I don't think that these interceptions are going to be a problem ever. So I really don't care, and that's the key. You guys, if you've known me for a while, you guys know I don't really care too much about practice. Because it's practice and it's not a game. So the same way I will not praise Tua if tomorrow he comes out and throws 10 touchdowns because it's practice, it will be disingenuous for me to sit up here and act like the 5 interceptions matter. Okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you right now, if Tua comes out and throws 10 touchdown passes tomorrow, I'm not going to make a video calling him the next Patrick Mahomes. You know why? Because it's practice, and I want to see him do it in a real game. So why would I sit up here and then say he's the next Jamarcus Russell or call him a bust because he threw 5 interceptions in practice? It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But on the contrary, I guess the fans that do take practice super serious, you guys can't just discount these 5 interceptions and then praise him when he gets 10. Like, see, I'm consistent with my viewing that practice is practice. So I don't care whether or not he looks elite. Obviously, that's better, but or he looks terrible. It's practice. Okay? Let's get to the real game and then let's judge these people. With that being said, though, even in practice, 5 interceptions, even in a storm, is unacceptable. But it is practice, and let's not look any farther than that, okay? Or any deeper than that. Getting into the news that actually matters, okay? Because Tua throwing 5 interceptions in practice doesn't really matter all that much, okay? Not good. If you're not going to make mistakes in practice, I don't honestly think you're getting better, to be honest. Truthfully, I don't think you're getting better if you're not making mistakes in practice. If you're just making comfortable if you're making comfortable throws, if you're doing everything, you know, safe, you're not. How are you getting better that way? It doesn't make sense. Now, let's get into the actual news that matters, ladies and gentlemen. Xavien Howard is holding out. Okay, and now this was pretty much a rumor up until this point, even though we all kind of knew that Xavien Howard wanted a new contract. And we kind of knew it was coming to this. You know, the writing was on the wall. I made a video, was it yesterday, about this? So we knew the writing was on the wall. And today it just became official that he is holding out. He did not attend mandatory minicamp. This was mandatory, okay? This is not the optional stuff that he didn't attend before, which, you know, this is mandatory. And to be quite honest with you, Xavien Howard is no longer my favorite player on the team. I still love him. And truth be told, I feel like we have to pay him. We have no choice. The team is too solid, but he's not my favorite player on the team anymore, and I don't want to trade him. I want to keep him, but we have to get this resolved. All right? Xavien Howard is being selfish, to be honest with you. What Xavien Howard is doing is pretty much unheard of, unprecedented, and stupid. Now, here's the thing. People, this is not a regular holdout. there was an article that says all the players that are holding out. You got players like Stephon Gilmore. You got players like Jamal Adams. And it's a couple more, Chandler Jones, that are holding out. And you have Xavien Howard up on that list. Now, what separates Xavien Howard from those three people is all of them signed their contracts in 2017. All of them are on expiring contracts. And all of them are grossly underpaid. Because they signed their contracts a while ago. Their contracts are about to expire. That makes sense. I never side with a team or side against a player in those situations. You could get hurt at any time. You need that insurance. Like, if you're playing on your last year of your contract, I understand holding out. I understand not showing up. I understand. And they try to put Xavien Howard in that category. Xavien Howard is not in that category. Xavien Howard got his money literally 2 years ago. And for some odd reason, he now feels like he could hold out for more money because he's pocket watching other individuals.
Bruh.
Now, again, this would be the equivalent of, let's say, Stephon Gilmore, who got paid in 2017, would have in 2019 saw Xavien Howard get paid and immediately started holding out. Like that would be the, like, bro, that nobody does that. Yo, Dak Prescott just got paid more than Kirk Cousins makes more than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady takes pay cut. That's a bad example. Let me think of a good example. Devontae Adams. Bro, I think Cooper Kupp makes more than Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams signed his contract in 2017. Cooper Kupp signed his contract after. Yo, what if Devontae Adams was just like, yo, would you think Green Bay would be good if Devontae Adams like, yo, I need more money right now? Yo, you know how many bum receivers making more than Devontae Adams, who is the best receiver in the league? You know how many bum receivers is making more than Tyreek Hill? Yo, this just doesn't happen. Unless your contract is expiring, you can't just hold out. That's selfish. So, that being said, I would not be buying a Xavien Howard jersey. I hope we do resign him though. Let's not get that misconstrued. I hope we do resign him if it takes that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to trade Xavien Howard. I don't. But he is no longer my favorite player. I now am a free agent. I need to find another favorite player because this is selfish. All right, strictly selfish. Okay, you just signed this contract 2 years ago, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Okay, Xavien Howard and his old agent, they knew. If they didn't know, they're actually stupid. They did know. They knew Jalen Ramsey was going to reset the market. Everyone did. So they had a decision to make. Sign the $15 million contract, become the highest paid corner in the league, and have some insurance for your knee that had just got surgery on it for a torn meniscus, or bet on yourself, go to free agency as a 2020 free agent, because let me tell you guys, all 5 corners that make more than Xavien Howard all got signed in 2020. So you could have waited till 2020 to get signed and bet on yourself and made more money. But you didn't do that. Instead, him and his agent got together, his old agent, and they decided, and maybe Xavien Howard wanted to bet on himself. Maybe he did. And that's probably why the agent got fired, because I believe the agent probably told him, and it's up to the agent's, I guess, discretion to say, listen, we need to make sure that you're set, regardless, whether your knee holds up or not. So they decided, you know what? Let's take the 15 million, become the highest paid, just in case. They took the safe approach. There's no problem with that, you know. And what ends up happening is his knee ends up being fine. He ends up playing fantastic, and now we have a guy on a team-friendly deal. But now he's upset because he didn't bet on himself, and now he's trying to double back and bet on himself late. Bro, it doesn't work like that. When the bet doesn't work out in your favor, you can't double back and restart the bet and then try to bet on yourself again. No, bro, it does not work like that. Again, if Xavien Howard can do this, contracts don't mean anything. Xavien Howard needs to go to practice, period. If he does not, contracts literally mean shit. And the crazy thing about contracts is they are meant to protect the players, but now at this point, the players are going too far with this shit. Not every player. Again, the players that are on expiring contracts, the players that are on their rookie deals, Jamal Adams of the world, the Chandler Jones of the world, the Stephon Gilmores that are on their last year or grossly underpaid, that is a different situation. What Xavien Howard is doing is taking this too far. You're not even grossly underpaid. You made $20 million. It was a front-loaded contract. So now people want to twist it. Oh, he's only making $12 million. Bro, you signed a contract like that. So you want to make, let me get this straight. You want to make $20 million in your first 2 years. And now you want to get re-signed again that you keep making $20 million over and over again. So you basically want to get Jalen Ramsey money. No, but that's not the contract you signed. So listen, this is how we're going to do it. How about this? Let's say this. Y'all think that Xavien Howard would have gave any money back? Let's say his knee did get hurt again. After we took a risk and signed him for $15 million with a lot of guaranteed money and we front loaded it. Let's say his knee got hurt the next game after. Y'all think that Xavien Howard would have came up to us and said, hey, I want to give you some of this money back? Yo, I underperformed my contract. Did Sue ever give us money back? Did Mike Wallace ever give us money back? Did Josh Norman give the Redskins money back? When all these guys underperform their contract, well, Sue is debatable, but I'm saying, what player do you know that underperformed their contract that ever gave the money back? Not one. But when you overperform your contract that you signed, now you automatically want more money? It don't work like that, bro. The NFL or any sport is not a performance-based salary. This doesn't work like that. If it was, Devontae Adams would not be making less than Cooper Kupp. It's off the contract you signed, and the contracts protect the players. Yo, how about this? How about a world where every NFL player gets paid based off their performance instead of contracts? How about every player on a 1-year deal? Every year's a prove-it deal. Is that what Xavien Howard wants? Because if you think you should get paid more just because you had a good season last year, how about we do that to everybody? That wouldn't be good. I guarantee you the owners would be okay with that. The players wouldn't. You know why? Because injuries happen every year. Imagine that. That would ruin everything. Again, contracts protect the players. Yo, imagine this. A player signs a max contract. He gets hurt the next year. Now, guess what? Since you can't play the next year, we don't have to pay you at all. Is that how we want to do stuff? Or do we want to continue to do contracts? If we're going to continue to do contracts, let's honor them. Okay? Let's not try to get out of contract after 1 or 2 years. That doesn't make any sense. Again, if he was grossly underpaid, if he was on his rookie deal, I understand. Bro, you just signed this contract. It just kicked in 1 year ago. There's no way that this is defendable at all. And Xavien Howard, you guys know, is my favorite player on the Dolphins. Well, was. But this is not defendable. At the end of the day, you have to meet the team in the middle. Okay? If everybody was just going to be paid off performance, that's great. But it's going to be a lot of people losing a lot of money every year because a lot of people fall off. And they still end up making money because they sign great contracts. Yo, contracts protect the players from being fucked if they get injured, being fucked if they start underperforming. It makes sure they have some security. Don't use that to now take advantage of the team after 1 year or 2 years. That is just ridiculous to me, all right? If you ask me, there's a lot more players underperforming their contracts than overperforming their contracts. And if we start doing this thing where based on performance, we automatically got to pay people more. Well, how about this? We do the thing where based on performance, we automatically got to pay people less. How about that? How about we start signing contracts that say, yo, if you don't get at least 8 picks, we cut your salary in half. How about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, let's play the game fair, bro. Anyways, I hope he shows up to camp. And although it sounds like I might have bashed Xavien Howard this video, we still need, if he wants more money, we have to pay him. I mean, I understand that. But again, doesn't make it right. He's no longer my favorite player. If this is how it's gonna go, and there's that. Okay, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. This wasn't the most positive video. I'm sorry. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care, anyways. 11K.